Right now, Fitchburg City officials putting a new referendum on your ballot, what it would look like in the voting booth and how it could impact your taxes.
Also, a new study shows that Wisconsinites are full of forever chemicals. A look at that study and what the chemicals could be doing to you.
And a little over a year since his return to the United States from North Korea, the charges this Wisconsin man is pleading guilty to. You're watching News 3 now at 5. The Fitchburg Common Council is adding a question to residents' ballots in November, asking for more money. The referendum asks voters to approve $3.6 million. Our Ellie Liberté breaks down where that money is going. Ellie?
Fitchburg is now joining cities like Madison and Monona in asking voters for additional money on their taxes come November. City officials say the reason that it needs more money is because of a growing population.
The city of Fitchburg is asking its residents to vote yes on more taxes.
It's a little bit of pain, but I think it'll help in the long run.
It may be a hard sell, but the city's police chief says it's needed. If approved, the $3.6 million tax increase would go towards infrastructure, 6 new firefighters, and 5 new police officers.
And we don't want to hurt the pocketbook of our residents that live here in the city of Fitchburg. We're only asking for the finances to maintain our departments.
But what does that mean for your wallet?
Although the referendum question will ask voters for roughly $3.6 million, the city's mayor wants residents to think of it like $25 a month.
For an average $450,000 home in Fitchburg, this referendum would increase yearly taxes by roughly $300.
We know that increasing taxes is not a fun thing.
Not a fun thing, but the mayor says a necessary one.
We need to increase our capacity and staffing and also invest in infrastructure to maintain that growth and to continue to provide the excellent service that we are doing.
Fitchburg's population is steadily increasing while staffing is not keeping up.
In 2023, we did a staffing study by experts, and they told us that you are understaffed in so many departments, particularly in the public safety.
A March survey found that more than 80% of respondents supported additional funding for the police and fire departments. For the police chief, additional funding means keeping up with crime, traffic, and all aspects of community safety.
Although it sounds like we're asking for a lot, this is just going to help us sustain the needs and to help serve this vastly growing community.
But ultimately, it will be up to the voters in November.
City officials say that the next steps are to host educational events to help residents understand that referendum.
Ellie, thank you. Now let's get a look at the first warned forecast out on the patio with Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington. Alex.
Braden, so much progress on the patio since 4 o'clock to now. I'm not really sweating as much because we had a cold front that just came through the Madison area as we speak. Look at Madison, 76 degrees right now, where the cold front has not gone through southwest Wisconsin, down towards Janesville, temperatures in mid to upper 80s. Look at the temperatures to the northeast, right around 70 over towards Juneau and Watertown. It's actually a cold front that's coming in from the northeast to the southwest. You can see that lining up from Fitchburg to just south of Stoughton. That little green line, we call that a backdoor cold front. It can kick up bugs and a little bit of dust, and the radar picks that up. And sometimes you get a few showers with that. Showers should be few and far between tonight. 76 in Madison, contrast to 82 just in the southwestern part of Dane County, where that backdoor cold front still has progress to make from northeast to southwest. We'll go down to the low 60s tonight. Patchy fog to start off Thursday. A much stronger front is on the way for Thursday night. We're going to track a line of thunderstorms for Thursday night in a few minutes.
Alex, thank you. The Wisconsin DNR is reminding everyone who plans to go out on the water this weekend to be safe and wear their life jackets. So far this boating season, 13 people have died. 9 of them were not wearing a life jacket. The law requires 1 wearable and properly sized life jacket for each person on a watercraft. Other tips the DNR offers are to slow down at night. Obstacles are already hard to see during the day, becoming even harder at night. Check your navigation lights if you plan on being out after dark, and make sure to stay informed about the forecast as well as let other people know where you plan to go.
The cost of your Labor Day cookout may have gone down 2% since last year, according to Pattern.com. The website measured price fluctuations from online Amazon purchases and showed some favorites going way up and some way down. Salsa was down the most at 11% lower, followed by ranch at 8% and beer down 7%. The highest increase was mustard, up 10%, then hot sauce at 9% and lemonade up 4%. Surprisingly, hot dogs stayed roughly the same as they were last year. For non-food items, meat thermometers are down 11% and coolers jumped 7%.
Well, a new study from researchers at the UW-Madison School of Medicine and Public Health shows most Wisconsin residents have forever chemicals known as PFAS in their blood. PFAS are manufactured indigestible chemicals that linger in the body and are linked to health problems like cancer, changes in metabolism, lower birth weight, and changes in puberty. Future studies will build off this one to learn more thoroughly examine the trends we see here.
This week is International Overdose Awareness Week, and the United States has gone from a 30% increase into last year to a 7.5% decrease this year. But officials in the White House say we still have a long way to go. The White House hopes this week highlights the struggles and individual experiences of those affected by this crisis. White House Director of Drug Control Policy, Dr. Rahul Gupta, says that one of the factors helping fight against overdoses is the availability of treatment.
We have 15 times more providers today than were there 3.5 years ago to be able to provide treatment and obviously resources for it. Then we're also seeing more harm reduction as well as recovery.
Dr. Gupta also highlighted on naloxone, what he calls an antidote to fentanyl, being made more available and the affordability increasing after action from the Biden administration. An estimated 293 people are dying every day from overdoses.
The Grant County Sheriff's Office is investigating a possible hate crime that happened on August 18th. The Sheriff's Office says they learned of a fight shortly after 1 in the morning on Sandy Lane in the town of Jamestown. They say a video of the possible hate crime was posted to social media. Racial slurs could be heard in that video. An investigation reveals multiple juveniles and adults involved in the incident. A 20-year-old Hazel Green man was arrested for his involvement and has since posted bail. Grant County Sheriff Nate Dreckman says there will be upcoming charges for others who were involved in this incident. Again, this is an ongoing investigation.
As the roads start to fill with school buses, one thing is for certain, more children will be on the roadways, and the Madison Police Department wants drivers to keep their eyes peeled. MPD and the Dane County Sheriff's Office plan to conduct extra patrols focusing on speeding, alcohol, seatbelt wearing, bicycle, and pedestrian laws. A couple laws you may not have known about. Bicycles in Wisconsin are considered vehicles, meaning they have the same rights as motor vehicles, but must also abide by the rules of the road. And motorists must yield to pedestrians, whether or not they are on the crosswalk.
After fleeing to North Korea and being released to U.S. military custody nearly a year ago, Racine native Travis King will plead guilty to 5 charges. The Army charged King with crimes ranging from desertion for running to North Korea to assault to solicitation of child pornography. King plans to plead guilty to desertion, 3 counts of disobeying an officer, and assault on a non-commissioned officer. King was originally detained in South Korea for assault allegations when he fled across the North Korean border. A relatively swift negotiation process led to his return, and the United States did not need to offer anything in return, according to a State Department spokesperson. Despite requesting to be pulled off the ballot everywhere, things may not be as simple in Wisconsin.
How Robert F. Kennedy remains on the ballot after dropping out and what laws are keeping him on just after this.
Wall Street taking a slight dip today. The Dow Jones is down 167 points. NASDAQ is down nearly 200, and the S&P 500 falls 33.5 points.
Experience, knowledge, and results. That's what you need when you've been in a serious truck accident. Call Gruber Law Offices. We've successfully helped people injured by big trucks for more than 35 years. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
You work hard enough. Take a load off this Labor Day with new appliances from Brothers Maine. Celebrate the holiday with unbeatable deals on top brands like GE Appliances, Cafe, Hotpoint, and Haier. Don't miss out. Shop the Labor Day sale at Brothers Maine today.
Wood decks can require hours of tedious maintenance every year. Our decks outlast wood 3 to 1 and are virtually maintenance-free. And all of our decks are backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, you can save $1,000 on your new deck project. Visit the website or call the number for your new deck today.
Every day across our nation, families talk about their plans for the future. And they talk about how they're going to achieve them financially. And prices are still too high. When I am elected president, I will make it a top priority to bring down costs. We should be doing everything we can to make it more affordable to buy a home. Under my plan, more than 100 million Americans will get a tax cut. I will help families, letting you keep more of your hard-earned money. As president, I will be laser focused on creating opportunities for the middle class that advance their economic security, stability, and dignity. If you want to know who someone cares about, look who they fight for. Donald Trump fights for billionaires and large corporations. I will fight to give money back to working and middle class Americans. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message.
Old windows compromise your home's comfort. Vinyl windows, a 1970s relic, aren't built for extreme weather. They warp and crack, becoming vulnerable to the elements. At Next Door & Window, we have the answer. Fiberglass. Our Ultrex fiberglass windows last up to 50 years, longer than any other window you can buy. And while other companies cut corners and never call you back, we've got your back. When you demand tomorrow's comfort, Next delivers. Visit nextwindow.com to learn more.
A truck crash can be life-changing. If you've been injured, call Gruber Law Offices. We have a powerful team with the knowledge, resources, and history of results you'll need. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Coming up on News 3 Now, the targeting and harassment of the Amish community in Reedsburg. We continue our coverage. Tonight, we hear directly from families affected and learn how it's impacting their lives at 6.
From damaging drought to catastrophic flooding and severe storms in every season, the News 3 Now First Warn Weather Team gives you a deeper understanding of Wisconsin's ever-changing weather with special reports that go beyond the barometer. Only on News 3 Now. You're watching News 3 Now at 5.
Well, despite leaving the presidential race, RFK Jr. will remain on the Wisconsin ballot this November. Political reporter Will Keneally is here to explain why. Hi, Will.
Hey, that's right. So after dropping out of the race, RFK Jr. quickly endorsed former President Donald Trump. Now he wants to be off the ballot in key swing states like Wisconsin so that he doesn't draw votes away from Trump. But under state law, he's locked in.
In this case, there's really no discretion.
Wisconsin Elections Commission Chair Ann Jacobs says even if they wanted to, they couldn't remove RFK from Wisconsin ballots.
Wisconsin law says that once you have submitted nomination papers and qualified to appear on the ballot, you may not decline nomination.
The only way out of this would have been to not submit nomination papers in the first place. Now that he's here, the only way RFK could get off the ballot in Wisconsin now is a little grim.
The name of that person shall appear upon the ballot except in case of death of the person.
I would like to see his name there, regardless of what. I think it was earned, and I don't think people would be confused.
But RFK says he wants to make it an easier choice for his supporters to switch their vote to Trump in the November election. According to a Marquette poll from earlier this month of likely voters, RFK was pulling in about 6% support. Wisconsin presidential elections are usually decided by a much smaller margin. With all the third parties included in the race, Kamala Harris has a narrow victory over Trump. In just a head-to-head matchup, Harris has a 4-point lead, with 6% still undecided.
The statute is very clear.
Jacobs says the decision to keep RFK on the ballot was not a partisan one either. The State Elections Commission is bound to follow state law.
Now, whether that's a good statute or not a good statute, that's for the legislature to decide. But for us, we have to follow a statute that is that clear.
Now, the commission also voted yesterday to keep other third-party candidates on the Wisconsin ballot, including the Green and Libertarian parties.
Will, thank you. The political visits to Wisconsin continue to ramp up just 70 days from Election Day. Today, Republican Vice Presidential candidate J.D. Vance plans on stopping in De Pere at around 6:30 this evening to speak at Amarillo family of companies. Tomorrow, former President Donald Trump will be in La Crosse. Then on Monday, Democratic Vice Presidential candidate Tim Walz will be in Milwaukee for a Labor Day rally. The details of this event have not yet been released. And President Joe Biden just announced today he'll be stopping through the Badger State next Thursday. He intends to discuss his administration's record on the economy. Details for this visit also not available.
Well, we know that strength training comes with plenty of health benefits, including a stronger heart and bones, as well as a reduced chance of injury. But if you're new to the routine, the wrong weights could hurt your training. SSM Health sports physician Dr. Catherine Fox says that whether you're starting strength training or returning after a break, the best practice is to start low and go slow. She explains more about what goals athletes who are strength training should look for and how to get there.
So what athletes and people who are trying to improve their fitness want to think about is what their 1 repetition maximum is. So how much weight can you lift with correct form 1 time? If you're new to weight training, then you should go down to about 60% of that and do 10 reps, a few sets with about 1 minute rest in between.
Now, Dr. Fox added that strength training is for everyone. We should all be looking for ways to improve our muscle mass and bone density, and that if we're not doing muscle building activity, the time to start is right now.
Let's get over to our hunk of a meteorologist, Alex Harrington, right now with the first storm forecast. How you doing, Alex?
I'm pretty good. Thanks for the compliments there. Let's get right to the 3 things you need to know. Quiet right now, storms about 24 hours from now, a little bit closer to 30 hours from now. So Thursday night, we're eyeing up another chance of thunderstorms, cooler this Labor Day weekend. I'll show you just what day is going to be coolest here in just a moment, staying quiet next week. We got an interesting phenomenon going on right now across southern Wisconsin. 76 degrees. We were at 84 during the 4 o'clock Live at 4 newscast. We've got a backdoor cold front. That's when cold air comes in from the north and from the east, separating 86 in Janesville to 68 in Waukesha, 76 in the Dells to 84 in Lone Rock. And this front will continue to press off towards the west. Let's plan the rest of your night tonight. Maybe not a bad night to go out and maybe do a little strength training outside, get that walk in. I plan to do so this evening as the cooler air fills in from the north and from the east. Can't rule out an isolated shower with a backdoor cold front coming through, but most places stay dry. By the time we get to 8 o'clock, 73 in Madison, 76 in Janesville, and southwestern Wisconsin cooling down into the 70s as well. Clouds build in tonight in the form of a little bit of patchy fog, 63 to start off the day across much of southern Wisconsin. We warm up as the winds then come from the south. Clouds start to fill back in as we head towards the 4 o'clock hour at 86. Boscobel for a high, 83 in Madison. Here comes that line of thunderstorms I said during first weather would be knocking on our door by midnight Friday. Look at 3 o'clock in the morning. The Dells down to Mineral Point west of Madison. A little bit of a bowing feature. That is a sign that there could be some gusty winds at this line of storms. It quickly races off towards the east by the time we get to 9 o'clock Friday. That line of storms is out of here. Some heavy rainfall possibility with this line of storms, anywhere from 1 inch to 1/2 to 3/4. A little bit better chance for those storms off to the west producing the heavy rain. As they are stronger off towards the north and towards the west, they may weaken just a little bit as they move across southern Wisconsin, which would be good. We could take the drops, but we don't want the severe weather, of course. Gusty winds would be the main threat if we do get a stronger storm Thursday night. Following that chance of storms Thursday night, we'll do 81 on Friday, 81 on Saturday. I promised that cooler day over the Labor Day weekend, and that's going to be Sunday at 75 degrees, but refreshing. Doubt there'll be many complaints with that. Even Labor Day Monday on the cool side, 72 degrees. We could be looking at the possibility of overnight low temperatures Labor Day night in the upper 40s. So big change from all the heat and humidity that we've been experiencing. A little bit of traffic here, 12 eastbound as you head towards the 39 exchange, a little slower at 42 miles per hour. Otherwise, the Beltline going at a decent speed, northbound and southbound, our friends in Janesville, and perhaps a nice evening up towards the Dells as those temperatures cool down. Open up the windows and enjoy the refreshing air.
Alex, thank you. Just after the break, the story of several Iowa officers' attempt to capture an escaped water buffalo.
Oh my gosh, I hate it when that happens.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
A little help here? Oh. Keep it down. The noise is making them angry.
Right now, buy one window and you'll get one free. Plus, no interest until 2026.
Call 866 for Feldco.
It never should have happened. The Waukesha Christmas Parade attack. 6 Wisconsinites mowed down by Darrell Brooks. Just days earlier, Brooks was arrested for trying to run over his girlfriend with the very same car. But Brooks was released on $1,000 bail. Senator Tammy Baldwin voted against increased funding for pretrial detention of violent criminals, making it easier for criminals like Darrell Brooks to terrorize our communities. Tell Senator Baldwin, violent criminals belong behind bars.
Right now, we're running our 60-60-60 sale. So when you purchase your new concrete coating, you get a $60 Visa gift card plus either 60% off installation or 60-month no-interest financing. This is one of our best deals of the year, so visit our website or call the number for your new floor today.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes. And not only does it work on the bags, it works on the appearance of crow's feet, fine lines, and wrinkles.
Try it this Labor Day for only $14.95 plus free shipping. Visit plexidermtrial.com or call the number on your screen.
Drive into summer with the rugged Honda Ridgeline, Passport, and Pilot. Summer is for exploring, so get outdoors, kick up some dust, get muddy, or just find that perfect campsite. All from Honda, the 2024 Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value brand. So act now to get an offer you'll love. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or hurry into the Honda Summer Event.
Kyle just made a decision that would change his whole world.
Hey, you're sober? You drive.
Kyle just made a decision that would change his whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. You're watching News 3 Now at 5. Moving forward.
Welcome back. Well, it had been on the run since last weekend in a central Iowa town. What, you may ask? Well, the unusual sight of a water buffalo cutting through neighbors' yards and streets in the city of Pleasant Hill.
Not what we were expecting. This morning, it was finally captured south of the Iowa State Fairgrounds. Now, we're getting a closer look at the attempts to corral it a few days earlier. Bo Bowman shows us the video.
The 911 call came in shortly after 10 o'clock Saturday morning. The caller told dispatch about the animal that escaped.
One of his water buffalo got out, and it's running down the street. I need somebody to shoot it.
And officers hightailed it to Northeast 56th Street.
You said it's a water buffalo? Yeah.
It's hard to believe until officers caught it on camera further south, closer to the main drag in Pleasant Hill.
Hey, Bull. Not a real good backdrop here.
That's when the water buffalo hops over the fence and leads officers on a chase.
We don't have a way to corral it. Figures.
Getting close again at the Community State Bank drive-thru.
Go, Bull.
Cutting it off on the backside of the building, the officer fires his weapon.
.450. One shot fired.
We know the officer used his shotgun, but it's still unclear what kind of ammunition was used and how badly the water buffalo was hurt. But it's still on the run. Pleasant Hill residents reported seeing it in their neighborhoods on Saturday.
It walked right through here.
Okay.
It was bleeding quite a bit.
Well,
I think it's up over here
that's
by their fence. That's where
I have shot it once. I'm trying to give it space so it'll lay down.
The city says officers are now searching this area south of town, where 4 Mile Creek meets the Des Moines River.
That's Bo Bowman reporting on the earlier hunt for the buffalo. After it was captured, though, the Iowa Farm Sanctuary said in a social media post the buffalo was being taken to a large animal hospital on the Iowa State campus.
Now, there's no word on the wounded buffalo's condition. A sanctuary in Oxford, Iowa says if and when it's released, it'll live on its farm.
I hope so. I hope it's released.
Final check of the first one forecast when we come back.
The Labor Day doorbuster deals Friday through Monday at Slumberland Furniture. Up to 60% off list. Get this comfy new sectional for just $9.97 and get the ottoman free. A free recliner with the reclining sofa. Only at Slumberland Furniture.
Get an 11% rebate on everything at Menards. Energizer batteries provide long-lasting, reliable power that you can depend on. Save big in our huge in-stock selection. Get an 11% rebate on all Energizer batteries. Need cleaning supplies? Stock up and save big on top brands like Dawn, Tide, and Bounty. Right now, receive $10 instant savings on a single qualifying purchase of $40 or more on Procter & Gamble products.
Save big money at Menards.
Chevy lets you begin every day fully charged, so you can go farther. And so can your money. Tow with confidence. Plus, stay connected with available OnStar technology. For summer adventures, Chevy's got you. Get 1.9% financing on this 2024 Silverado when you finance with GM Financial. Or get $5,750 total value when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Not everyone knows us, but in southern Wisconsin, Illinois, and eastern Indiana, we are famous in our field. As a Sloan's technician, customer service is our specialty, whether you come to see us or we come to you. We are in the business of supporting your business, and we are highly trained to work on your John Deere equipment. At Sloan's, our loyalty lies with you. We depend on you, and we are proud to serve you. When it comes to service, you can count on us. Remember, think Sloan's first.
I'm so happy I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sono Bello Permanent Fat Removal and get summer body ready in just one visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sono Bello's biggest sale of the year. Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me. I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
I'm exhausted. Shopping for a mattress is just so confusing.
Sounds like mattress shopophobia. At Slumberland, our sleep counselors are here to help you find the best mattress without any pressure.
But awesome pressure relief.
Slumberland. Stop stressing, start sleeping.
Coming up tonight on the CBS Evening News, the FBI debunks conspiracy theories about the attempted assassination attempt of Donald Trump. The new pictures of the explosive devices that were found in the gunman's car, how he got to the roof, and what we know about a motive. That and more headlines tonight on the CBS Evening News.
Well, take a look at this video. No, that's not meatballs, if that was in question. Those are people celebrating in Spain's La Tomatina festival. 22,000 people from around the world took part in this massive food fight. Over 120 tons of tomatoes were carried by seven trucks and tossed into the crowds of people. They also have a tradition where people race to the top of a greased-up pole to reach a ham tied at the top. This is a family show. It started in the 1940s after a dispute between villages.
You know, Armand, my first thought was, is that meatballs?
Yeah, I don't
think so.
Yeah, I don't think so. But, I mean, hey, maybe people have really red, mushy meatballs.
I have always wanted to do that, I will say. It does sound fun, doesn't it?
And that's how tomato sauce is made.
And that's how they make it. They put it right in your jar and on the grocery store shelves. Okay, well, let's talk about the Badger game. That's more fun. But also red.
Also red, too. Perfect segue there.
Thank you.
Badger forecast is looking beautiful as we head towards Friday, but not before some storms Thursday night going into the wee hours of Friday morning. We'll probably be woken up early morning on Friday with those storms. Some gusty winds, certainly not out of the realm of possibility with that line. Cooler by the Labor Day weekend, but Friday's going to be pretty nice before that cooler air eventually settles in to southern Wisconsin. So here's that Badger football forecast. 8 p.m. Versus Western Michigan. Kickoffs at 8 p.m. and the temperature will be right about 74 degrees. Halftime will go down to about 70, 67 by the time the game ends. If you need to prepare for clothing, light jacket will probably do.
That is what I love to hear.
A little bit falling.
Very exciting.
Football season came quick.
I know, all of a sudden it's here.
Thanks for joining us. See you tonight after news, the CBS Evening News.